What up, everyone? It's your boy Magnus here, and this is something a little different this time. So if you're tuning in, this won't be a 1/6 review, but this is an actual review of Masterpiece Transformers. Yes, Transformers from Generation 1. My first love as a child, my first real love of toys, and I just was amazed as a kid at Transformers, the animation, and was a big fan. Used to rush home and watch it every day after school, and also watched it every morning before school as much as I could absorb. Big fan, and with the release of these Masterpiece figures, really, I just couldn't resist getting back into collecting Transformers. I had started when they did the old MPs, and excuse me, when they did the old MPs, and I went on and got rid of those because I just it was all over the place. Once they did the MP Megatron, I kind of fell out of it. I didn't like it a lot, and I just was like, I'm getting rid of these guys. And then they came back with the MP10, had everything in scale, and started making the Transformers look like they did in the cartoon. And that was very big for me because the whole thing with collecting Transformer toys when you were a kid, if you know, was that not all the characters looked like they did in the animation. Some were, just generic looking versions, of course, because these robots were all Diaclone toys and converted to Transformer toys for the animation, to sell toys and, keep us kids addicted like we still are 30 years later. Here I am still buying these things. And I'm sorry I'm talking all over this, but this review, yes, is for the Badcube right here. If you see them, the Evil Bug Core. Badcube robots, Old Timer Series 5, 6, and 7. I am a big fan of the company Badcube. They make excellent representations of characters from the cartoon. I own a bunch of them, and I will hopefully feature them in more videos that I will be doing. But I wanted to tackle the Insecticons the most because I've been playing with them this past week, and I really love their transformations. And I swore that I would never transform on video, but I really think I am with these guys. And if I'm successful and I'm content with how it comes out, I'll start doing some more videos and more transformation videos. I'm not going to say I'm like the masters, like Bobby Skullface and Piao and Payak and Evangelist. A lot of these guys I watch, and I really love their work. And I'm just happy to contribute something on my channel, and hope you guys dig it. So I'm going to review here the Badcube Evil Bug Core, which of course are the Insecticons. You have here, they labeled them with their generic names, Claymore, Hypno, and Kickbutt, which of course is Shrapnel, Bombshell, and Kickback. And these are perfectly accurate representations of the characters. They look like they jumped right out of the cartoon. Look at the smirk, just insane work. Lots of articulation, which I will get into when I review each figure one by one. But this is just the general overview, and I will be having a cut in this video because I have to do it in pieces, especially with the transformations, as I don't know how it's going to look on tape, and just bear with me with my first review. As you can see here, this Bombshell looking sick. Alright, and of course over here is Shrapnel. Now with Shrapnel and Bombshell, they kind of switched off leader roles. Some people would like to say that Shrapnel is the leader. I'm more of a Bombshell guy. I think, just him having the gray, he's offset from the purple on the other guys, and he's the leader, man. He has the cerebral shells, he can control people, and he's the one. He's the dude. And of course, in some people's minds, he's Cyclonus, and in my mind, I'm not really sure. I like to be in the Sky Warp camp, actually, or maybe a both. I love Bombshell, but I don't want to accept that he's Cyclonus because Thundercracker is Scourge, and it would just make sense for Skywarp to be Cyclonus. But that's a whole nother thing, and I'm rambling. So let me tell you what comes in this set, and then I'll get into the individual characters, and that'll be in the cut. So you get this nice, beautiful box, which includes all 3 figures, which is an awesome value pack. I picked this up at Toy Dojo. And shout out to Eddie. This was a great deal. I got them, I think, for $189 shipped for the 3 of them. And for these 3 figures, I would have paid more. Actually, I know I'm a madman, and you might think that's nuts, but just to have these most accurate of these characters. I'm freaking rambling. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. I would pay to have that because I'm really in love with them and I think they came out fantastic. And yeah, so that's a beautiful box you get. All 3 figures are packaged inside. You pull them out, they're already in robot mode, of course. And then you have the nice booklet. And it explains how to transform every single one of them, which I will show you in the video. And of course, there's some nice artwork, and in the back you have some more artwork, as you can see there. Awesome. And some alternate versions that, you know, look like kind of futuristic. They look like they're actually part of that new RoboCop. The way they look, it's crazy. Yeah, look at Kickback right there. Looks just like RoboCop. And a nice message from Badcube, thanking you for sticking with them, and they promise to give you a lot more cool stuff. They also let you know there's some collector's editions of these Insecticons out there, which are, you know, they feature chrome instead of painted chrome parts. They actually have the chromed out parts, and they have the clear chest, more like the toy versions from back in the day. Let me see what else we get here. You get alternate faces for Shrapnel, which is his. And of course you see the Energon cube below. And these Energon cubes are really cool. They're like a gelish kind of material. Little, not really squishy too much, but they're kind of sticky. I really love them because if you put it with another one in there, you can see here's Kickback's other face, more serious face. The faces I actually have in the robots, I switched out already. So that's Kickback's alternate face, which I dug a lot more with the smirk. And of course, Shrapnel, I also gave him a smirk, and I kept their serious faces. I removed them and took them out. So you can see here's Kickback's other face. And this was the harder of the 2 to remove. As you can see with his, you have to lift the head up and then slide the head out, the faceplate out. And you really gotta like shimmy it slowly and pull down. It's a pain, but just do it slowly and it'll come out. Shrapnel's was pretty easy. You just lifted his head up and you pushed it out just like that, and it popped off, and it just has a little peg on the back that you just stick it back in, as you can see right there. So popping for Shrapnel, sliding for Kickback, and the slide is a pain, so just do it nice and slow. And of course, again, like I said, I wanted to show you guys the Energon cubes, because you know Insecticons love their Energon. And you just put these together, press down, and they stick. Look at that, it's not going nowhere. It's awesome. I wish we could just buy these separate. I'd probably lace up my whole display with a bunch of these little cubes, especially if they had them in other sizes as well. And these will also work awesome. Hopefully I could show you in the transformation video that you could actually have the Insecticons holding these. Like you could have Kickback holding a cube with his arms, his little antennas, and of course Shrapnel with his stag horns right there. You could have him holding Energon also. So yeah, this is the Badcube Evil Bug Core, the Insecticons, and this will be my first cut. I don't even know why I'm announcing it, but this is my first review. No music. I'm just talking about my love for these figures, and I'm gonna show you some transformations, and I hope I do everyone proud. And stand by for the next part of this review. Peace. Alright, so we're back from the first cut, and here is Shrapnel. Of course, this is also known as Claymore, his generic third-party name. As you can see here, I put a repro label. I sliced it with a razor right on the edges to get it more sharp and actually fit between the 2 pieces of plastic right here. If you had the little edges of the clear repro label, they wouldn't work, so you have to really just get a nice X-Acto knife and cut it down perfectly, and it fits right in there. And of course, he looks like he popped right out of the animation. Just looking through the camera lens, I'm in love with this thing. It's so beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to just show you some of the articulation. Of course, you can see here I have him pose holding his gun. Like I said, guys, bear with me. I am looking through a lens and trying to do this for the first time. Amateur stuff here, but I hope you appreciate it. Alright, so you have Shrapnel's gun, which of course pegs in right here, either hand. You can, as As you see here, hopefully the light is going to show you this. Let me see if I can get better light on that. Okay. As you can see there's a slot for the gun. You're basically just folding the handle down right here and turning it inside. And you got basically, sorry, see, there we go. This is what I was fretting. Any Masterpiece figure basically has the same idea. Yeah, you just slot it in there, close the hand. There you go. Easy peasy. He's holding the gun, and his arm is coming out the slot. So let's take the gun out again. All right, now you can store this away when he's in robot mode, which is really cool. You just come to his backside, and if you see here, let me just move this light a little closer. It's gonna help me out a lot. As you see here, there's 2 holes. So you'll just turn your gun around. You can see the 2 pegs right there. Peg it in, like so. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. And there it is, it's stored nicely away. And then you could actually use Shrapnel's guns on his arm if you want to pose him like that. Or of course use his electricity stag antennas. Like that. So there you go. Alright, so now let's get back here. All the articulation, as you can see, you have the arm bend, double jointed all the way up like that. The arms, shoulders are on a ball joint, and you can go all the way around. They're very smooth, they work very well, hold a lot of great poses. Of course here you have the upper bicep swivel, like so, goes full 360. Now you see here the leg ratchets go all the way up. The knees can bend about almost 90 all the way around. These right here, they're on a kind of I guess a swivel, you can call it. I'm not too great with the terminology, guys, so bear with me. The foot is on a rocker, so you can get some nice deep poses. You get them leaning in real tight. That's what I like when I pose this guy right here. Just the camera's not gonna catch it because of the distance, but you get the idea. Let's see if I can fix the light on that. All right, so let's get into the transformation. This is a very cool one. I really dig this. It was one of the easiest ones and one of the coolest ones. So the first thing you want to do is straighten out his head, of course, and we're gonna cover his face with the plates. Just like the animation, just like so. Let's pull these up real quick. Next thing you want to do, if you look inside here, you can open up the chest. There's nothing that really goes in there because I guess they just left it like that, like the toy was. And but you could see as when you pull the torso from the chest, you will pull up, and if you watch here on the blue sides of the arms, they're gonna go in, which is very, very cool. So as I pull this up, you just seen them go inside, which gives some clearance to everything, and it also actually helps this stay better together once you pull that up. So you just close that like so. This is really hard to do when you're looking through a viewfinder. Wow. All right. Let's move the arms out. We'll close up the fists, of course, and now we want to flip them out. So we will do like so. Open it up, turn it around, get the cannon out, close this, and then bring the leg part up like that for now. So we'll leave that like that, and we'll do the same on the other side. We'll open this up, close the fist, turn it around like so. There we go, tuck that in, and there we got the cannons. And of course, like I said, we'll take this bug leg, and just extend it like that. Bring it out. Okay. Next up, let's see, we'll work on the legs. So what you want to do at this point is turn them around, if I remember correctly. Next, you want to open up this leg panel right here. me see how I could get that open right now. So you pop this open and you open this up. Next you will fold this inside, if you can follow. Alright, and then you will also take the foot and extend it like so and bend it back, and we'll leave that like that for now. Next up, what you want to do is bend this part in a little bit and fold it in so it lands flush. Let me see how I do that. Sorry guys. It works though, trust. Am I doing something wrong here? Maybe I was supposed to do this. Oh, here's where I'm going wrong. I'm forgetting about this. You're gonna have to slide this down. Then you can get that bend. Or is that before? Alright, basically like that. Alright, I think the bend was part of the transformation going the opposite way. I'm tripping right now. So basically, let's take this out as well. Fold this out. Fold the inside part like this. Of course, now bring out the foot. Bend it back. Bend it up like so. Fold it up like that for now. There you go. I think I didn't do that on the other one as well. You'll bend that in and bring it up. Alright, so here we are. We got the arms out. Torso's extended. Flipped around. Basically now what you want to do is you want to bend the knee and come inside like this. And we will be right in that spot where we need, the sweet spot. Same thing over here. You will bend it inside as like so. If you could see that, how we're just nice and tight in this mode. And basically what you want to do is, you see there's a tab here for one foot that will tab right into the next one. And of course tabs right here, tab in here, tab here, tab here. So we want to tab all these guys in real quick. Like so. You should hear a nice steady pop. Same with the feet. Let me see if I can get those going. And just not as loud as the sorry guys, sorry, off camera. So basically the feet peg in and the top piece pegs in. And there we are. As you can see, we're at this point. Let's extend the other part of the side that I showed you that I forgot about. Like I said, bear with me if you are like, damn, this guy doesn't know the shit what he's doing with the transformer that he's messing with. I do, but it's not easy to do, and I'm trying my best, guys. Alright, next up, we want to peg in the arm with the hole right here like so, and the peg right here. So you'll try to do that like that, and that'll lock that in, as you can see. Also, what you like, which is a very nice, cool thing that can keep it tight, the part that we slid down, now that you see that the little hole is there, if you catch that, you slide this up and locks it in place. Now this isn't going nowhere. This is the beauty of the Transformers nowadays compared to the ones we had as a kid. A lot of things are thought about, well thought out, and these tabs are amazing. I love how they lock everything into place, and you never have to worry about having a floppy transformer. So basically, same thing. You're gonna tab this arm into this leg right here, and let me see if I can get that on camera. Oh, let me see. I didn't slide down enough. So once I tab that in, and now of course again I'm gonna slide this piece in, and let me see if I'm not in there. All right, hold on. Sorry guys. Alright, there we go. Tabbed in, slide the lock in place. There we go. Next up, very simple. You'll open up this part right here and this part right here. Fold out the bug legs like so. Take the gun off, and now you can attach it again in insect mode to store it, which will just keep the handle up like this. And stick it in the hole right here, and press down. There it is. Cannon's in place underneath. The legs are out, all the legs, and there we go. Shrapnel is transformed. Amazing. So he has ball jointed antennae, stag beetle, as you can see. Face is covered. Sometimes you can see here it doesn't land too flush, so I like to just pull this one up a bit. It's not perfect, but it works. Simple transformation, but a great upgrade to the one we had in the 80s, and I love them, and definitely a beautiful piece. So soak them in. Shrapnel, aka Claymore by Badcube, the nice repro label. And let's get an Energon cube over here. Let's see if we can stick it in there. And you just basically, yeah, pose him like that, and he should hold it. Now, of course, he's not going to do it for me in the video, but it works. Trust me, I've done it before. You could just even do it like that, but it works in between. You get the idea. So this is Shrapnel, Claymore, and I'll be back with the next one, which will be Kickbutt, because I'm saving Bombshell for last. Peace. Alright, next up we have Kickback, aka Kickbutt, his alter ego for Badcube. And this is the grasshopper, of course, of the Insecticons. And another awesome piece, but the worst out of the transformations for me is Kickback. He's got a little part where a lot of stuff gets stored inside his centerpiece, and it's a little hard to do sometimes. It has to do with also aligning the wings correctly. Great transformation again, definitely hiding all the bug legs and getting him looking all cool like this, and just amazing, storing everything away. But the most complicated of the transformations for me, maybe for other people it's the other guys, but this is the one that gives me the most trouble. So I hope it doesn't come through too terrible on the video. I do remember how to do it, but anything's possible, so let's see what happens. So first off, of course, we have this gun, which tabs in the same way as I showed you in the Shrapnel clip. We'll just open this up and untab it, just like so. You see the little tab, the hole for the tab. Close his fist. You can also store his gun, which also has a little bit of a neat transformation to it. So you'll pop these open like so, flip the cannon down, and then with this piece right here, you will just tab it on the back like so. Of course, also put this in, and then tab it on the back, and you have a nice stowaway piece. Doesn't distract you with the cannon on the top. It folds away. They think of everything when they make these toys, and I appreciate that so much. Just great engineering and designs compared to our childhood versions. And it's what attracts me to keep coming back and collecting these bad boys until I have every single one. Alright, so back to Kickback. We'll take the gun off now and get into the transformation. Just give me one sec. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you can just take his arms, like I see here. Oh, before I transform, let me just talk about the articulation. I'm sorry. Of course, you have a full waist swivel, and you can get some nice angles out of it. Leg ratchet, it goes about up to there, up to here. You can get them out about that far. Not too bad. Knee bend is like so. There is a knee tab here, which I think if you remove it, you might even get a little more movement. It's part of the gimmick of what holds the bug legs together, which I'll show in the transformation. Arms, or the shoulders, are on a ball joint. And this ball joint on this side, the left arm is super tight on mine compared to the right, which basically turns really easily. And I think that's part of what hinders the transformation on mine, because if you see the tab here, has to do with transforming him into bug mode, and I hope I don't run into any problems when I get there. You have the upper bicep swivel, full 360. You can go 90 degrees, double, elbow joint, above 90 degrees, what am I saying? So basically that's it. You have a full range of motion. The head can look up all the way, down just a bit. You can turn left to right. It's on a swivel, it's not on a ball joint. You get some nice sideways poses. Of course, I mentioned before, the face is interchangeable. What you have to do is take the plate and kind of hold it and pull down slowly. You might need a little tool or something, but put some padding on it so you don't scratch the paint. And you'll slide this one down and then slide the new one back in. It's not like Shrapnels that would just pop off, which was a lot easier. Again, you have the antennae that which you can pose up and down, get them in all kinds of funky ways as they're eating their energon. And the bug wings, of course, the grasshopper wings, which are totally movable, and you can actually, I think, remove them and use them as a weapon too, but wouldn't do that for me. Alright, so now we're up to the transformation. I'm already tired. Let's go. This guy scares the hell out of me. First thing you want to do is bring these arms out a bit and turn them around, as that's what you will be doing when you transform later. You will be switching them around, so just get that out the way right now and move them off to the side. Next thing you want to do is what I was telling you before with the wings, is you got to line them up to this cut right here. There's a cut that lines up the circular motion like right there. Let's see if we can catch that. And basically you do the same thing on the opposite side. You got to line up this cut like that, which allows you to slide out the backpack, which has the arms, the pistons. So you will slide it out like so. And as you're doing that, it gives you some clearance, if you see in there, for Kickback's faceplate. So we just pull him out a bit and pop the faceplate through, get that on him real quick, and get that part out the way. So there's his faceplate, it's on. Again, trying to make sure that you keep these lined up. As you can see better there, they're lined up with the plastic, because you will be sliding that back in later. And now is the fun part where we're gonna get into these ugly arms. So as you can see, the arms are connected like so. We're gonna move these out of the way, but first let's bend them, because they're gonna fold in, and do the same to the other side. Let's bend it like that and get them out of the way, because we have to pull out the bug legs, which are stored right here. So first off, you take out the two bug legs on this side. See if I can flip them over. It makes it a little easier to see. The bug legs are there. I just flipped them down, so now you will flip them out like so. Trying to get you a better view of this. Flip them out like so. There you go. And then rotate. And we can extend these bug legs, but I think we could address that later. I don't even know if we have to do that right now. So basically, yeah, there's your bug leg, and there's your bug leg. And what you want to do is you want to get them out like this. So they meet up like that. Same on this side. And then you can bend them down like so. Boom. There you go. Same on the other side. Let's come back over here. Sorry if I'm confusing you. Let's get the other legs out. Boom. Get some clearance. These stupid arms. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, basically you want to rotate like so. Now you have them out again. Just like that. And you're going to rotate. Bring them down. Bring them down. Get the bug legs out. Bring it out. Bug leg out. Bring it up like that. And there you go. Your bug legs are in. They're there. Alright, so these are totally posable. And there we go. That part is done. Now is the fun part. You have to bring these two arms together and fold them in, because they're going to tab together. And this is where I have the trouble. So basically, I think what you want to do is bring this like so, bring this like so, line it up, and you're going to have to bring them around. This one is always giving me trouble because it's that tough ball joint. I don't know if it's hindering my transformation. Alright, so I'm bringing it over basically like that. If I'm doing this wrong, I'm gonna break my toy. Oh my god. Alright, so basically we want this like this. We actually want it there. There we go. Oh my god, that was a pain. So fist in. We got the arm up on the ball joint. Damn, this thing feels like it's gonna snap. So tough. Alright, same here. Basically what you see, I'm sorry if I was off camera, there's a peg here and a peg down here. They're gonna go into the hole there and the hole here. So we're gonna peg these two pieces together. And there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to bring that in here, and then we're going to close up the chest again. So basically, we're going to take these two pieces that are pegged, which are not staying together. I'm trying to stay on camera because I'm looking over the lens. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to keep them pegged, which they just do not want to stay for me, and bring them down. So basically, the real thing you want to do is you got to have, let's see, is that ball joint? Oh my God. All right. You need these two pieces up here to meet, as these two pegs are going to lock into the waist when you close the chest back up. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. This is why it's not staying in the exact same place they need to be. But let's just see if we could bend it down a bit. Let's cheat our way through it, but I don't think that's going to be possible. I'm probably going to have to make a cut because this is killing me. Alright, so basically, they're in there now. So what you want to do is you want these two pegs to lock in down here. And there's our bug legs. They're all over the place, but we'll fix those. So now we have Kickback. Wow, this is the worst. Kickback's right there. We're going to slide him back in with these arm pegs like so. I forgot, I think I need to pop a piece out over here. Open this up and take out his abdomen. Yeah, that's something I skipped out. Sorry about that, guys. So when you first open the chest, you push this abdomen out because that's going to be part of it. And I think that's what was stopping this from going in right now. So we're going to fold that back up, line it up into place, and lock it in, as you can see here on the top. As I could see, but you couldn't. Now we're back in, we're locked. Now we want these two pegs to lock in down bottom, which they'll do like so. And we'll get this right here, which was part of the arm. We're going to flip this up. But before we do that, this circle slides up a bit, as you see right there. And that will lock the piece into the hole so it won't move. We will do the same thing over there. Let's move these legs out the way. Take out the circular part, slide it up into the hole like so. If you did it correctly, they should line up and click in like nothing, which I don't think I got 100% on this side. It doesn't feel right. All right, now let's get to the bottom. All right, the waist is tabbed in. Arms are tabbed in, face is up, so we can swing these back for the moment. Alright. Legs are gonna go out. Actually, these go back like this, I'm sorry. Alright. Very nervous on my first review. There we go. Let's get these legs out again. I had them done, and they got messed up. Okay. So there we go. We'll turn Kickback's head around. We're almost there. We'll just get to the bottom part. So the upper torso is done, as you can see. It was a pain in the ass, like I told you, the worst out of all the transformations. I hope you stuck with me through it. Basically now we're gonna get to the legs. So what you wanna do is first pick off these little tabs, which is right back here. You slide that up, same on the opposite leg. And that will unlock the bug legs, which will now pop out like so. There we go. All right, hear that nice springy leg. Spring right there. And of course, pop out the little toe inside. And there you go, you got your bug toe, your bug leg. And do the same on the other side. Pop this out. Let me see. Alright, there we go. Pop out a little bug toe. Okay. Toe is out. Legs are good. Now what you want to do is take this part, close the flap, same on the opposite side, close the flap, and then push the leg in. it locks it in place. Same here, slide it in, you locked it in place. What you want to do now is fold these up and bring the waist part down below with the ball joint, as you can see. And then you bring up your legs like this. Oh, I forgot to tuck away the toes. I am so sorry. So basically the toes, what you wanted to do was fold them up like so and bend them inside. Fold them up like so, bend them inside. I skipped that part, I apologize. And basically, there you have your kickback in grasshopper mode. If I missed anything, I apologize. I think the last thing I missed is that you have to actually put the gun in. So basically right here, you have the gun bent up, nice and firm, and you slide that in like so. Like that, I think, I'm pretty sure. There we go. So there he can still hold his gun in bug mode, but I actually think he was supposed to fold the flaps down. No, they're actually out. Okay. There he is, bug version, grasshopper. Very cool springy legs. You can get him in some nice poses. What I like to do, actually, is use the front arms, use the back arms. I'm sorry, guys. Did I not do this right? Oh, there. Apologies. I had the legs wrong. That's why he was looking a little funny. All right, so I bent out. You just had to make sure that the rotation is like that on the spare legs, the front legs. So what I like to do is I like to put the little back legs up, standing up like that, so I can use the front arms and have a kickback holding an energon cube like so, feasting, you know, a little heavy on the electrons. And yeah, this is Kickback. My least favorite of the three. Even in the cartoon, I like Shrapnel and Bombshell more than Kickback. He always got the back door to me. He was just the third wheel. A cool character, of course, but my least favorite of all three Insecticons, and my least favorite in transforming, and I can't believe I got through this. So there you go. You have the bug mode of Kickback. I hope you enjoy and stuck with me through this torturous transformation. And I will be bringing you my favorite Insecticon and favorite transformation, and also a little surprise in that review. So bear with me, and I will see you in a sec. Peace. Alright, lastly we have Bombshell, the leader of the Insecticons, in my eyes, or, you know, whichever way you prefer. And the coolest of the Insecticons in my eyes also, the one that actually was reformatted and turned into Cyclonus, or like I said, if you want to get into an argument, it'd be Cyclonus or Skywarp, depending on your views on Transformers the movie. I'll show you all his points of articulation, and then we'll get into the transformation, which is my favorite out of the transformation of the three Insecticons by Badcube. Lots of love went into it to make it as accurate as it could to be to the cartoon. Of course, by making sure that the gray was here in the robot mode and the purple in insect mode. So let me just show you, of course, we have the upper bicep swivel all the way around, of course. You got the double arm joint, goes about up to here. But you have the arms here, they rotate out. Of course, you know that makes the insect eyeball. You can turn the yellow all the way around, so you can get some cool poses. You also have a hinge up here, so you get some pretty good movement, lots of articulation in the arm area. The shoulders, of course, like this part is a little stiff on the turning. It looks like it feels like it'll get more loose over time. The insect arms on the upper shoulders right there. Of course, holding his gun, tabbed in. And that's pretty much it. Of course, he also has cannons on his forearms, part of the transformation. Legs, we have, of course, torso swivel. You can get some good angles in there. Legs come out. Can't stretch as much, but we're on a ratchet. full front and back version. Can go both ways. Knee bend about up to here. You can carry that back. Some nice kicking modes, but not much angle to the side that way. On this leg, I don't know, it doesn't feel like, there we go. So it does come all the way out. It just didn't have it in the right spot. And yeah, that's all the articulation you get. The head, you get a little bit of downward movement. You can look pretty much all the way up on the ball joint, side to side. You know, Bombshell has the shoulder pads here. In the cartoon, they're a little bigger, so I think it was a sacrifice they made as far as to keep the purple in the transformation, which I'll show you. And overall, it still looks like the right Bombshell to me. Fan Toys has their version, and that got the shoulders a little bit more correct, but they have a lot of other things wrong, and that's where I appreciate this Badcube version a lot more. As you can see, I have the Repro label, razor cut, perfect, right on the center of the chest, and Bombshell is looking super official. So I guess we can get into the transformation now. This is backpack. And that's like I said, this is my favorite transformation. A lot of cool little things in this. Places to hide stuff and get all these bug legs out the way. Just a really beautiful thing. So of course we'll open up the hand, and get the gun out. Alright, this will be part of the bug horn because we know that Bombshell is a rhinoceros beetle. So we'll take his gun and open up the sides right here. And if you hear that noise in the background, that's my daughter. She was playing, and now the sound might be counting into my video, but this is the only time I get to do this. So hopefully my voice will be covering out the external sound. Alright, so there we go. The gun is transformed and set to the side, ready to go attached to the beetle horn. And we are now up to the transformation. So first thing you want to do is pop open the chest and also take the antenna off the top with a cannon and bend that back like so. There we go. There we go. We're folding that in. And we want to open the backpack, which is already coming open, and pull this piece up. And we're going to flip Bombshell's head down and get his rhinoceros horn out. So we're flipping that inside, locking in the chest piece again, and folding out this part. And if you see right here, you can see the lip. What we want to do now is rotate this where these two pieces will be underneath the lip like so. And there you go. You already got the bug head started. And then you could of course attach this, but this will happen later on. Next up, you can take the panel right here and actually extend these two parts, and they are gonna lead into the bug legs. So we'll do that like so. Actually, I don't remember. I think we'll fold that up like this. Yeah, there we go. So we fold that up, and we will keep these, as you can see, they're on a diagonal swivel right here. They're not flush like they were before. And now you will unpeg the bug legs, and you can extend them, turn them, and pull them out. And there you go. And there you have a bug leg. Same thing. Rotate, twist, get the little foot out. And there we go. We got some bug legs on the bottom. We're good on that spot. Alright, next up, what you want to do is you can take off the bug legs from the top, untab them, and extend them out. Same here on the other arm, the shoulder, extend out like that. Close the fists, rotate them inside, and then bring out the other bug leg like so. And do the same over here, rotate the fist inside, bug leg is out, and we have pretty much covered the upper part of the figure. And now we get to the fun part, which is the bottom. So basically you want to extend these out and open up this part right here, and you're gonna bring that around and lock it in like so. And then you'll do the same on this side, bring it around, lock it in like so, tab it in right there. Now the next part, as you can see, there's these purple things that are on a swivel. First you want to move the feet out the way, and they have a tab, so if you're looking at the foot, you'll keep everything this tab right here, and it wants to go into there. So basically, I'm not sure if I can get to that. Yeah, there we go. So you just want to bring it up on this hinge right here and tab it in. It's like that, and we can leave this like this for now, and we'll get to that. Same thing on this side. You want to extend the foot out, bring it in, and you want to tab the piece right there, so that's locked in. So now you have access to these purple parts. So the purple parts are on a hinge also. You want to just get your finger in there and give it a little clearance, give it a little tug, and get it around and have that out. Leave that out like so. I wonder if, yeah, this, all right, we'll leave it out like so. And then the same on the opposite side. We'll pull the purple piece out, get it out like so, and that's that. Now the next part, if I remember correctly, you want to fold over the piece like this and fold over the other leg like this. Now, I might be skipping a step, but bear with me. Basically right here, these pieces want to tab in together. You see the little peg, and we'll tab those in. Now, the next part is you want to get into these parts on the left and right sides, and you want to fold them in to stay flush with the body while making sure that that doesn't peg out. So hold that down and peg that inside like so. Now that's a nice firm fit. Same on the opposite side. Hold that peg in and turn this like that. And we've already built the bottom of the bug body. Everything is nice and tight. That's the beauty of these Badcube pieces. They are well engineered and they lock in. Everything is meant to go where it needs to go. And I love that about this. So next up, you want to, let's see, where are we at? Okay, I think I might have went a little too far as the arms go now. So let's get the arms. As you can see here, the arms have a peg. They have a tab right here. And basically what you want to do is you want to tab it into the bottom right there. If the light is catching it, it's a little part right there. So you want to twist your arm in and tab it like so and lock it into place, which then you can extend your bug arm out and you have your back bug arm like this. Very, very simple. And of course it also tabs in the front, so that's when you know you locked it in. You lock in the front tab here and the back tab on the bottom, and now you can, like I said, extend your bug leg, and there you are. So this side is complete. The opposite side, of course, there's the tab that I was talking about in the front. You tab it right here into here, and the other tab there goes into here. So that was a better visual of that. What am I doing wrong? Oh, actually, it's the tab right here. So basically, boom, tab that in, and the front tab should also happen once you get it in correctly. Sorry if I'm off camera right now. Let me see. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry guys, I'm looking off screen. I'm not paying attention to what's going on. This should tab into place like so. There we go. So the tab, I'm sorry guys, the camera's moving. I'm all over. Don't mind that. Alright, so basically here, this tab is not tabbing in correctly at the moment. I think I got something wrong with this arm. It's not properly in. Alright, so there we go. Tabbed. What's going on? That's what it was. Okay. So that part wasn't folded all the way. And as you can see, one little thing from not being in the right spots can ruin the whole transformation. Wow, I didn't intend for this to be messed up like that. I apologize. So basically I'm coming back in again to tab this correctly like so. And there we go, and there we go. See, now it tabbed in tight. Just that one little fold. Wow, I'm totally off camera. Let me zoom out. Sorry guys, holy shit. Alright, so I tabbed it. That's some little issues you might have with these figures, is that you gotta make sure that everything tabs in. And once it does, it locks into place. It's not gonna come out. So you'll bend the other leg back like so. There we go. And the last cool part, like I said, Fan Toys didn't capture and Badcube did was that the gray from when Bombshell is a robot into purple when he is an insect just slides right over and locks in this hole right here with this piece, tabs in, and also has a tab right here that will go into the yellow eye right there. So once you line that up, you click that in and you'll lock this piece on top like so. Fit it in, and you'll fit this one in and it locks into the eye, and there you go, you have your purple Bombshell. And lastly, these two covers from the feet just come right in and lock in like that, and this one is swivel in and lock in like that, and there we have our full Bombshell. Of course we have to damn, there goes the untabbing again. Alright, sorry guys. Alright, get the legs up, and we'll take the gun, of course pull the handle up, and of course you want to keep it this way facing so you can aim the horn, whichever way you like to articulate it. You slide it into the wedge right here, like so, and there you go. You have an articulated rhinoceros beetle. There you go. Very cool. And there you have Bombshell with a cripple leg because I didn't set them up correctly. There you go, rhinoceros beetle, Bombshell. And just make sure all these things are correct. And there you have it. Very, very cool figure. I dig them a lot. Like I said, my favorite Insecticon. And I think Badcube did a really great job. I'm just nervous, guys. My hands are shaking. It's like I said, my first Transformer review. I know the community can be brutal, but I hope I'm embraced. And if I am, I'll keep making these videos and I'll give you a different take on things. And I hope you enjoy it. So, like I said, this is the Badcube Bombshell, aka Hypno. And lastly, I wanted to bring in my buddy Jeff had lent me his Fan Toys Grenadier, which of course is the Fan Toys Bombshell, and I wanted to show you some of the differences with it. Very beautiful piece, but I still appreciate the Badcube one more, and I'll point out some of the reasons why. Of course, we don't have the gray here, which they do release a separate figure, but they couldn't make the transformation work in the same figure, which is a real big shame. I don't like that. Again, the legs, there's a lot of kibble back here. The way that Badcube hit everything was genius, and it shows here that Fan Toys were pretty lazy with this design and just folded the legs up in the back. The legs, the other bug legs behind his regular legs, they could have stored things away in the compartments like Badcube did. Design choices here were pretty sloppy. I do like the waist, the torso area has a better design. Maybe not 100% cartoon accurate, but it looks good. And of course, we're missing the bug arms on the shoulders like the cartoon. So they got some things right and some things wrong. The face sculpt is great. The articulation on this is fine. It's nice and smooth, and the head swivel is good. Very solid figure. But also, I don't like that the purple paint is like a very shiny, metallic looking motorcycle kind of style paint. It's not just a regular purple where it would be more toonish. So this right here, to me, is a real masterpiece figure. It feels masterpiece. It's heavy. It's quality. You get what you paid for. But I would treat this more as like a statue of Bombshell, as opposed to a toy that, you know, is fully functional and looks exactly like the cartoon. Badcube got it right. I think Fan Toys missed the mark. And I'm not trying to start a debate here and drama and start fights, but I figured since I had Grenadier here as a loan from Jeff to check it out, that I would show him in the video and address some things that people might want to see up close. I'm sorry that now Bombshell is an insect and not a robot, so I could show you them side by side. That might have been foolish. So let me cut right here, and I'll do my outro, and I'll bring Bombshell back so you can see them side by side, and I'll say my parting words, and that'll be that. So I'll catch you in the next cut. Peace. Alright guys, so here we are. I got everything set back up one last time. As you can see now, I have Kickback holding his Energon cube, and you can see it's off the ground, so the arms articulate well. That's how I like to pose him when I have him in grasshopper mode. And of course, like I told you, Shrapnel also holding an Energon cube with his stag antennae. Very, very cool. And of course, lastly, you see the faceplates and extra Energon cube, one for each Insecticon. Last run on the Badcube Insecticons, the Evil Bug Core, and the comparison of Bombshell by Badcube. As you can see right here, I will run the camera over him. If there's too much light drowning it out, I will pull that back. There we go. Alright. Make your own decision. And of course now Bombshell, aka Grenadier by Fan Toys. Another beautiful Bombshell. Like I told you, very high class. He looks very high class, but he doesn't look like he jumped out the cartoon compared to my boy over here, who is just on the money. The comparisons, like I made before, like I said, the shoulders are a little better here on the Fan Toys, but for the sacrifice of having the two colors, I will take that any day. The shoulders here are better than the cartoon. They're like the cartoon compared to the Fan Toys. They're missing the insect legs up there. The waist area, I prefer Fan Toys, but not a big deal. The legs, I like that we have these little accents here that are not present here. I'm not sure if they're cartoon accurate. I don't have a picture in front of me, but this just speaks volumes and it works for me. Let's turn them around, and there we have a big problem. People say, oh, nobody's looking at the back of your figures. Well, I use mirror displays, so I look at the back of my figures, okay? And I prefer this nice clean setup right here. Bug backpack, legs folded in, nothing sticking out, beautifully done, compared to insect legs everywhere, messy. Yeah, I'm talking shit, I guess. And also insect legs down here, which just doesn't work for me. And I'm surprised at Fan Toys because they're usually on the money with these cartoon representations. And I think they kind of slept on this one because I own Tesla. And while I thought in pictures that he didn't look that great, when I had him in hand, I fell in love. And I think he's one of my favorites. So I know they can churn out good work. But enough about Fan Toys. This is about Badcube and their Insecticon set. So if you're not up on it, please do check them out. Get up on it. They are definitely worth it. If anybody's in the masterpiece collecting market, these are the Insecticons that you want to have in your collection. They are beautiful. They pop out the cartoon. They are very posable. And what more could you want? They transform well. They're updated versions. They're perfect Insecticons in my eyes. There are always going to be challengers in the third-party market. And of course, maybe one day Takara Tomy will get to their Insecticons. And then we'll see what happens then. But until then, I will enjoy my Badcube Insecticons. And I love them to death. Thank you for joining me on my first review. I dedicate this to my buddy, my partner in Decepticrime, Jeff. From the TWF boards, we met there, and he's a very cool dude, and he's just love chopping up shop about Transformers. And I've actually been posting a lot of stuff on my Facebook lately, which has infected two of my friends that are both named Alex Cruz, Alex Sanchez. What up, fellas? Y'all getting the Transformers bug, so to speak, the Insecticon way. They are definitely been following all my posts and are now catching the fever and want in on the MP game. So like I said, this is my Transformers love. Getting figures of characters that I've always wanted. Not that I didn't have them when I was a child. I never had them all, but I did have some. But I was always hoping that they could look more like their cartoon counterpart. And 30 years later, that time has come. So thank you for joining me on this first review. And I hope to be back shortly with the next one, because trust me, I have plenty of MPs in my possession. And I'm not going to stop until I have the full collection, whenever that may be. So thank you for joining me once more. Magnus is out of here. Badcube Insecticons. Peace.